Taeyong's cabin. Yoongi, why did you ask me to meet you? Taeyong, oh yeah, come have a seat. Yoongi, deep sigh. Today's meeting was a mess. He sighed deeply as he stretched on the chair. Taeyong, yeah, I saw it. He said coldly, making Yoongi raise his eyebrows. Yoongi, so what's it? Yoongi asked as Taeyong's cold, calm nature disappeared, replacing a rage and anger as he threw an envelope on the table, making Yoongi confused. Yoongi grabbed the envelope and started to check it, which made him super confused. Yoongi, Xiumin? He looked at Taeyong, raising his one eyebrow as they signaled him to keep checking the others too. Yoongi, what the? Taeyong, how dare he cheat on us behind our back? You Jeon Jungkook? Yoongi shouted as rage took over him, making Taeyong smirk secretly as he was eagerly waiting for this moment to add fire. Taeyong, Jungkook has dated Xiumin, so he might still have connection with each other. Yoongi, so what we are going to do now? Taeyong, we have to keep an eye on him, he said while intertwining his fingers as he freely stretched on the seat, spreading a dark aura, making Yoongi confused as he sat down, too being ready to hear out what Taeyong meant by that. Yoongi, but how? He questioned. Taeyong, we need a spy. He smirked. Yoongi, spy? So? Taeyong averted his gaze to Yoongi while looking straight into his eyes like he was reading his expression. Tae, what do you think about Jimin? Yoongi, you mean Jungkook's right-hand short boy, right? Tae, yeah. He stood up from his seat as he walked towards Yoongi's seat, lowering to Yoongi's face level, while putting his hands on Yoongi's shoulder. Tae, so what about we catching him first? Yoongi, huh? How? Tae, that's why I called you. Yoongi, me? Taeyong straight come to the point. You're confusing me. What are you going to do this time? He asked, being super confused. Tae, chuckle. Aish, don't you trust me, Hung? Yoongi, yeah, I trust you. Tae, we have to trap him in your love net. Yoongi, huh? Are you out of your mind, Tae? Why are you even asking me to do this? Tae, it's because you are his weak point. He already like you plus in love with you. Yoongi, huh? Confused plus surprised. How do you know? Tae, can you remember that night on party? When you were chatting with Jackson, huh? I clearly saw him. He was staring at you not once, but so many times. That's why I got this idea. Tae, it's easy, beneficious, and safe too. Yongi, but this is too harsh. He will be heartbroken once he get to know the truth. If he loves me. Plus, I don't want to mislead him, giving false hope. Tae, Hung, calm down. You just have to do this until we finish our partnership. I swear I won't let it go that deep. I promise you. Please trust me, he said with faithful eyes. Yoongi, okay, I trust you. He signed and left after taking a final glance of Taeyong with heavy heart. A.N. Pao. Yonggi was Tae's best friend from his childhood. Taeyong knew everything about Yonggi except one thing. That was Yonggi had feelings for Tae. That's all started from childhood. But Yonggi was afraid to confess his feelings to Taeyong as he thought he will lose Taeyong and their friendship because of that. So he decided to keep his feelings as a secret, which hurted him as Taeyong used to have so many boyfriends and used to go for many dates, even though he didn't have any physical relationship with any of them except flirting. He had to act like he is okay seeing Taeyong with other men in front of his eyes. The feeling of not being able to confess his love to the person he loved was killing him. He always supported Taeyong no matter what the situation is, but he never thought Taeyong would ask him to do something like this. It was hurting him so much. Taeyong literally asked him to love someone else even though it was an act. Even though it was an act, it was said by Taeyong's mouth from the person who able to touch his cold heart. He left the cabin silently, suppressing his tears as he couldn't tolerate the pain of his heart anymore. He thought at least Taeyong had a small likeness towards him, but what happened now broke his every slightest hope that Taeyong would love him. Taeyong, on the other hand, was satisfied with his acting abilities. He knew he is doing wrong. Jonggi was the only one he could trust him after his parents. He felt guilty too, but after all, he was blind in love. He could do anything to get Jungkook. He picked those photos as he checked them one by one, feeling satisfied with the editing skills of the editor who made it look so real. Those pictures were fake and made to convince Suga to agree on the plan. Tae signed, finally feeling satisfied. Jungkooka, what are you even doing now? I miss you so much. He said as he tried to imagine Jake's heavenly figure when a message popped on his phone screen making him chuckle. Taeyong, oh, what a coincidence. You have missed me too. He picked his phone and car keys before leaving to the location sent by Jungkook to have lunch together. Time skipped at the restaurant. JK Pao. I was waiting for Taeyong at our usual restaurant as I ordered food for both of us, as I already know what he likes. Within 5 minutes, he came as we hugged, greeting each other as I inhaled his intoxicating smell, which can calm down me at any instant. I feel like he has become my unknown obsession. I don't need any drink to get drunk when he is with me. The feeling I get when I'm with him was different. I have never felt some kind of a feeling like this before. He is a sweet, bubbly person, which I never expected when I first saw him. You can say he has a double personality. Sometimes being wild like a tiger and sometimes being cute like a baby, which wake my heart to the maximum. A.N. Pao. Taeyong never forced himself to act in front of Jungkook. He wanted to make Jungkook fall for his true self, the sensitive, bubbly, sweet nature which he used to hide from others. Taeyong, Jungkook, he said while munching on food like a cute little baby, making JK smile at his baby face. Jungkook, he said while staring at Taeyong. Taeyong, Jimin is same age as mine, right? Jungkook, yeah. Taeyong, how long have you been friends with him? Jungkook, we are friends since kindergarten. Tae, he seems to be hot-headed and tough. Jungkook chuckled. What made you think like that? Tae, because he didn't dare to smile at me even once. Jungkook, laughing. It's because he thinks you as our enemy, but in actual he is a cute, sweet, fluffy ball who flirts a lot. Taeyong while pouting. Seems you like him more than enough, he said with a little jealousy tone which understood by Jungkook making him laugh so hard. Jungkook, yeah, don't be jealous of him, he is like my hung. They hit JK with his tiny fist making mad face which made Jungkook giggle at Tae's cuteness. JK, yeah, don't pout or else. Tae, or else what? Pouting more. Jungkook, I'm going to kiss you, he said, bending towards Tae, making Tae move backward, pushing JK a little while giggling. With no period of time, Taekook's bond became much more stronger. They started to be more than just buddies. They went on dates, they started to enjoy together, became the reason of each other's smile, unknowingly, without letting them know. Jimin started to feel suspicious and strange about often arrival of Taeyong at June Industries, but eventually forgot everything as he do started to want it as he can see Yoongi more often. Yeah, Taeyong was right. Jimin had fallen in love with Yoongi at first sight, even though Yoongi couldn't understand it until Taeyong tell him. Yoongi didn't like the idea of fooling Jimin in the name of love, but he couldn't say no to Taeyong. So he started to get close to Jimin without being too obvious, showing that he do have some kind of feelings towards Jimin, which he really didn't have, making Jimin happy. Jimin was a boy who normally flirted with almost everyone, But because of Yoongi, he eventually stopped his playboy character, which even surprised Jungkook and Hosek as they didn't expect that Jimin's love for Yoongi would be able to do such a drastic difference in Jimin. Jungkook and Hosek knew about Jimin's feelings towards Yoongi. Even though Jungkook didn't believe in love, he decided to help out Jimin. As Jimin asked JK to help him, asking him to increase the period of partnership as he needed time for it, which made JK also happy as he can be with Taeyong. Taeyong, on the other hand, was fully satisfied with the results and was proud of Yoongi about his acting skills. He was able to get some of the information he wanted from Jimin through Yoongi. Jungkook was unknowingly attached to Taeyong. He didn't understood that he somehow has feelings for Tae. He never spent the night with any of his buddies and didn't even try to take care of them, which was different with Taeyong. He let Taeyong stay and spend the night with him cuddling, which made him addicted to Tae's cuddles while sleeping. They were more like living together. Taeyong, on the other hand, loved to get treated by Jungkook. He loved when Jungkook baby him, when Jungkook shows his soft side with him, when Jungkook being wiped for him. But Taeyong's this happiness didn't last for so long as Mr. and Mrs. Kim completed their business trip and came back to Korea, eventually restricting Tae's freedom. After arriving, Mr. Kim took over his position again, taking the control of the business in his hand. Mr. Kim started attending every partnership deal with Taeyong, which reduced his meeting with Jungkook. Mr. Kim always had his eyes on Taeyong, so Taeyong decided to avoid meeting Jungkook for some time as he thought Jungkook would give him some time, understanding his situation. Taeyong didn't had any chance to seek out of the house, which stopped him going to JK's farmhouse in weekends as usual. The only source kept them connected was the phone.